There's Mario Goslin. Great sight.
Yeah.
Climbing out of that race truck. Take a look at this real time.
See if we can figure this out, Phil. They get together once, and maybe it just gets them up too high in the tri-oval.
We've seen cars go through the tri-oval, you know, way up high like that before, right up against the walls.
It might have knocked him out to the right, and then when he's turning to the left to gain control, it just spun out with him.
Here's another look here. Remember, that's Nelson Piquet on the inside. Looks like I thought Mario was going to try to get in that hole right there. Didn't quite make it. Hard contact with the inside wall.
Hard to explain.
And again, great to see Mario Goslin climb out of that race truck.
Did a nice job of keeping those brakes held and not allowing that truck to slide back up into the outside wall in front of traffic.
You're exactly right. We've seen that so many times before, but Mario was able to keep it down.
Aaron's lucky dog will go to Taylor Malsom.
And right now he is 7 laps down, and it will get one of those back, and he'll be 6 laps down.
Taylor Malsom scored in the 19th position. Todd Bodine, Jason White, Timothy Peters, Max Pappas, and Stacy Compton are your top 5 at Daytona. Welcome back to the NextEra Energy Resources 250. Our aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. DirecTV, change your life. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Coming up next on Speed, it is the final edition of Countdown to the Daytona 500. Joe Gibbs Racing, a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to prepare for the biggest race in stock car racing.
It's incredible how much preparation it takes to prepare a car or team for the Daytona 500.
You take so many things for granted, Phil, when you set up the stands and you watch these teams race, but there's not one detail that hadn't been gone over and over in preparation for trying to go out and win one of these NASCAR events, whether it's the trucks or the cars.
Lights still on the pace car. They have not been on pit road yet, but that is going to change now. Here comes the field, and they're coming at you, Ray.
Well, Rick, here's the big question. Do you think this will be the last pit stop? Todd Bodine doesn't believe so. Look at our triple pits on the top. It'll be a splash only for the Geico Toyota. In the middle is Jason White, and at the bottom you see a round of wedge going in the left rear for Timothy Peters. Let's go to Adam.
And it's a long trip down pit road for Jason White. He's the #1 pit stall at pit exit. 2 seconds of fuel. They said that would be all they need. They plug it. He pulls away. Todd Bodine got it. Bodine quickest off of pit road. Then it's Jason White. They will be 1-2 when the green flag goes back in the air.
So the field continuing to make their way off of pit road after some adjustments made. The most recent incident involving the 12 of Mario Goslin gets a little wild in the tri-oval and a hard shot on the inside wall. Welcome back. NextEra Energy Resources 250, closing in on the final 22 laps of this season opener. The leader at lap 77 has failed to win at Daytona in all 10 previous races. Guess who was leading?
Carlos Contreras.
Yeah, that's just not a good stat for Carlos Contreras.
But it's a good stat for Russell because he's jumping up and down over there like he hit the lottery. Russell's our stat guy. We've been hearing about this stat for 3 days.
3 days? We've been here for 365 days because he said it last year.
Again, we shined a few spotlights on a couple different drivers. Here's a recap of where they are running, or maybe not even on the racetrack.
I'll tell you, my guy, I like my guy's chances. Nelson Piquet Jr. has done a terrific job this race.
As has Brett Butler. We got a couple of 24-year-olds that are just very competitive and doing a great job getting their legs under them and learning about what it takes to be competitive at Daytona. So it's fun to shine your light on someone and see them race all night long and follow their progress.
How about this front row on the restart? We have Carlos Contreras on the inside, the 00, and Donnie Neuenberger, who made a 180-mile-an-hour dash down pit road a few laps ago.
And right behind him, Todd Bodine.
They probably haven't done this too many times.
They probably have not led the field to the green flag. It's out in the air, and we're back to racing. Again, you can't pass until you cross the start-finish line, and right now Donnie Neuenberger is dropping back. Here comes Jason White on the outside. He will lead as they go into turn number 1.
Going to bring Max Pappas with him. Todd Bodine lined up right behind Max. Here is Johnny Benson in the 95 truck. Here comes Timothy Peters in the 17.
Field getting through turn number 2. Down the back stretch they go. Mario Goslin was checked and released at the infield care center.
Max is going for the lead with help from his teammate. Don't push him, Todd.
Oh, he's oh so close. Max Pappas out in front of the field. Now Todd Bodine goes to the high side of the racetrack.
And Johnny Benson's going to look under him.
We'll see if he tries to make the pass. He does. Here comes Johnny Benson, and a big run for Dennis Setzer behind him.
Those trucks, Benson got loose down there, Phil. Couldn't hold it and drifted up the track, opened the door, but he was able to get back to the back bumper of Todd Bodine and stay in second place.
That's where these 650 horsepower engines, they're able to recover so much better than a Sprint Cup car or a Nationwide car with all that horsepower.
You know, this race is typically, we've seen guys just run around that yellow line and stay in line and deal with each other at the end. That's not been the case tonight.
And again, that yellow truck, not even in your sight. Matt Crafton has dropped back. He doesn't want to be a part of any two-wheel racing until we get to about 10 laps to go. I mentioned Mario Goslin out of the infield care center. He's standing by with Krista.
And Rick, he is okay even after that hard hit. I know your sponsor is Tire Monkey, but it looked like your truck was getting a little squirrely there right before that hit. What happened?
Yeah, it's a shame. We had a fast truck. We lost third gear early, but we need all them fans out there that need tires for their cars and trucks to go to tiremonkey.com and buy some tires, because we're going to need some money to fix this truck. But no, it's a shame. We had a fast truck. We lost third gear early, and that kind of messed us up. But you know, I was trying to make something happen on the outside there, and you know, trying to side draft a little bit, and just the air kind of got me out of shape a little bit into the truck below me. And once we touched, you know, it just turned me, and just trying to make something happen on the outside. Nobody wanted to go with me, so I was trying to do it all on my own. But my tiremonkey.com, you know, Chevrolet Silverado was awesome. You know, we'd have probably finished top 5 pretty easy there, but it's pretty torn up now, so we need to sell some tires so we can fix it.
All right, thanks, Mario.
Look who's leading.
Dennis Setzer in front of the field at Daytona.
How about that?
Another guy that was here in 2000, Phil. Been here for many years racing this truck.
Every one of them, right?
Every one of them.
One of 4.
Oh, Wiggles goes below the yellow line. Now he can do that. He didn't improve his position, obviously.
Push down there. That's what happened.
And here comes Todd Bodine on the high side. He gets in front of the 60. Oh, tire smoke on David Starr's number 81. We saw that earlier. It looks like it's coming back. A problem for him.
He's still 14 laps down.
These guys are probably going to get frustrated with Kyle Busch.
We're getting into a little bit more bumping and banging here. That time it was Max Pappas into the 95 of Johnny Benson.
I think Skinner said something about him in his interview, and you know, when you're 18 laps down and you shove the leader out of the way, that's not cool. These guys are trying to win a race. He needs to pull over and get out of the way.
Side by side for the lead. Remember that 18 truck in front is Kyle Busch. He's many laps down.
17 now in front of the field.
Oh, Dennis Setzer got loose.
Sideways just behind the 18. Johnny Benson right behind him. On the outside, it's that 30 of Todd Bodine.
I'll tell you, if that's not a perfect illustration that these trucks are not easy to drive here, Michael.
No, we've seen that all night. That's why 20-some of them are over there, have been in a crash. Yeah, and just remember in practice, Phil, those trucks running second and third there, they both crashed.
Look at that outside line get a run, though. Todd Bodine leads them. Stacy Compton the 60 and Timothy Peters propelled Todd right by Kyle Busch.
Toyota Tundra's lining up. They've got the outside line pretty much dominated.
You know, we talk about Jason White's truck being a Roush Fenway truck that was Colin Brown's backup here in February. The truck Johnny Benson has, the 95 truck, is the actual truck that Colin Brown ran here in February.
Todd Bodine back in front. We have seen this so many times. Bodine leading at Daytona. Just behind him, Stacy Compton. We've got to slip away for one more break before we see the checkered flag at Daytona. Just as we hit the point of no return and headed for commercial, Max Pappas gets involved in our 7th caution of the night.
Easy. Okay.
We average that many, you know, Phil.
Yeah.
About 7 cautions in a race.
Let's take a look at what happened.
Watch Max on the outside.
It's like it's more of the bump drafting.
Going to be some more bump drafting. Is it Nelson Piquet
Nelson
Jr.?
Piquet Jr. in the number 1.